What happened?
Hey, nothing. It's just a momentary bug. Hello, host Eric here. Host Talking with Famous People. I'm here with esteemed guests Nick and Jewel and Kimberly, hiding off screen a little bit. Uh, I'm making a video. This is like take 5 or something or 6. I don't know. I keep having audio problems. It's about Nick and Jewel, and it's a super interesting topic to me for a couple of reasons. One, Kimberly and I are also ISFJ ENTP relationship, a duality relationship as described by socionics. In socionics, we would be called SEI and ILE. Nick, the male, ILE, like me. Jewel, the female, SEI, like Kimberly. So we're the same, and this is called a false quadruple, I've decided. When you have two dual couples hanging out together, it's a false quadruple. You do experience some elation, but it's not the life-threatening elation that you get in a real quadruple. Anyway, Nick and Jewel. Nick has been around for a long-ass time. He rolled in hot. He tried to frame me for murder. I kicked his ass, and he's been a thorn in my side ever since. But the best sort of thorn, the sort of thorn that's interesting and alternately, I love you, man, and why are you treating me like this? In alternate, both from both of us, from both of us. It goes both directions with a certain amount of these things representing our respective heads. We head like this occasionally, we headbutt. Anyway, I'm guessing. I haven't seen it. I'm guessing Jewel and Kimberly will constantly beat each other's throats. They're both attack dogs in the most obvious sense of the word. Or perhaps they'll get along fine. I don't know. Nick and I get along fine in ENTP ways, which means we can a bunch without it actually affecting our relationship at all. When Nick's expressing his genuine hurt, I'm going, yeah, that's a totally winning argument, and you totally actually don't feel that. And he's like, but I do in theory. I'm like, I know, and I'm really apologetic in practice, even though I know you only feel it in theory. Anyway, that's not about Nick and Jewel. That's about my assessment of Nick. And myself, of course. And myself. It goes both directions. Anyway, Kimberly, however, has changed me a lot. She's balanced me out. I'm not especially balanced right now because I'm at the beginning of a cycle, but I'm way more balanced than I would be normally at the beginning of a cycle. She makes me come back down to earth when I just want to get lost into things. And when I'm not actually lost into things, I'm attached to her like a Siamese twin. I have seen when Nick came and announced to me his pending Siamese twin putting together operation with Jewel, I could see the glow in his eyes that people attributed to me when they talk to me. They'd say, like, you have a glow in your eyes or something. That glow is the realization that, like, you'd never experienced it before, basically. You haven't experienced it before, right? It is what it boils down to. Now, Jewel is much more naturally socially risk avoidant. She doesn't want to say, hey, everybody, stop what you're doing. Let me tell you the news. I'm Jewel. I'm in a new relationship. I'm leaving my husband. I'm going with Nick. It's fucking awesome. I'm Jewel. That's not
exactly.
She's not really going to play it like that. Now, Nick and I are both going to play it like that. We roll in the room. Nick! Eric! What? Hey, I like your ISFJ. I like your ISFJ too. Nice job. Hey, bitches, you guys are lucky. And Jules with us too, fuckers. Yeah! Woo! Only ISFJs can tolerate us, frankly. Nick, comments? Jewel, comments? Kimberly, comments?
I think it's cute.
She thinks it's cute.
I wouldn't do it
myself. Pretty diminishing there. That's pretty diminishing, Jewel. You think it's cute. I'm talking about real passion, real love, and you say it's cute.
I think it's
that is
adorable.
Thank you, Kimberly. That's much better.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: is that she's so not used to like being so open about such things that her tolerance to me doing it is what's adorable.
Oh, I've seen Jewel blush before when things get much less socially, like, meow than this. This is very socially meow. Now, Jewel, you had to
You mean
talk to
her chest turns red?
Jewel, you had to talk to your parents or your family and shit and say, and they're like, well, where did you meet him? What did you tell them?
I told them I met him online in a online community.
Did you tell them Craigslist?
That probably would have been better. No, I didn't.
Well, what is this place? Where is this place? Where
She
you
described it
train
well.
in?
She described it really well.
Did they fight you at all? Your family?
No, I mean, my dad's curious, but because, he wants what's in my best interest. But I've already told them, my parents, that they'll get the chance to meet him when he comes out to visit. So that kind of has placated them for now.
You're going to have your
Okay.
schmooze A game on, Nick. You know that. Of course, I don't need to tell you that. You'll, of course, naturally have it on. It'll be in A+ mode. Kimberly, how did your people react when Eric showed up and said, hey, everybody, I'm loud, I'm here, I'm going to make a mess?
Well, I mean, I think everybody was a little bit unsure at first about what to think, but he's right. Everything just kind of smoothed over very quickly.
Tell them about how I schmoozed your mom today.
Oh, yeah. My mom was introduced to the channel today. And you have to tell her, because I wasn't here. I was working.
She was in there cutting hair.
I was in cutting hair with clients all morning, and my mother decided to do a drive-by and didn't even come into the house first. She went straight back to the garage here where Eric is, and I don't know, how long were you guys back here talking?
Well, she came back and she's like, hey.
Now, mind you, this is the second time she's ever seen Eric.
I like the way you are getting her ripped into shape.
Yeah.
Because why? Because I moved a bunch of shit out of the garage and organizing shit. I'm handling some TE stuff. But then I had a long-ass conversation with her about cognitive functions, about her relationship and her significant other, and trying to type her and telling her about herself and telling her, like, that kind of shit.
And then I peek out of my studio and I look in the back and I said, who are you talking to? And he said, hey, Kimberly, I'm out here pulling bong rips with your mom.
It totally played, too. It worked beautifully. It was a funny joke. She wasn't actually pulling bong rips with me. But
no, she wasn't. But I just thought, wow, I guess, again, he's handled it again. But yeah, it was funny. And my mom just sat here with him and just giggled and just thought he was just the greatest thing. And just, he's so funny.
Does it surprise you? Not the you once you know Eric, but you before Eric, would you have been surprised that she'd be?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, because I haven't been in a relationship in so long, and
well, because previously you had to date people who weren't me.
Yeah. Well, when you're not, when I'm typically not in a serious relationship, I don't bring people around the family. I don't interact with my family with people that I'm just casually seeing or dating or whatever. So this is the first time that I kind of brought someone around.
It's like,
well,
hey, this is Darren, this dude that fucked me last night.
I did not.
No, I'm joking.
That.
I'm making a joke about bringing people around to your family that aren't in a relationship with you. So anyway, yeah, you wouldn't bring around like a 1 or 2 time thing. You wouldn't introduce them to your family. Yeah, that's all the joke was about. Anyway, Nick, you got more pushback from your family than Jewel got from hers. It sounds like. Is that correct?
Well, I don't think she's had a chance to get any pushback because the pushback. I haven't got any pushback because they've met Jewel.
Yeah.
And Jewel is arguably the I mean,
She
I've never
displays
presented
well.
a woman to my family as amazing as her. So it was very easy for them to be happy.
I bet they went up
Even
to you,
though,
Jewel, and they're like, listen, sweetie, if he's threatening you with something, if he's got something on you, if this is all, if he's got your child kidnapped or something and locked away in the basement, just let us know. Obviously, you're way too good for him. Is that what your family did, Nick?
yeah,
No, but there is a little bit of that element of like, do you really know what are you sure you know what you're getting into? Like, you really, like,
there was an element of that for sure, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Does
And
everybody
then
know
my brother
that?
and I,
Does everybody know, like in your both of your circles? Does everybody know the channel? Do they understand the channel, or do they just think that you're online dating?
no, they don't think we're online dating, but they definitely don't understand the channel.
Right.
How Jewel and I kind of both describe it, because I used her stuff, was it's an online community of that we both went to because of a mutual interest in a topic that we want to learn more about.
No,
And
Nick, you're supposed to say it's an identity optimization engine built upon a metaphysical physical division. Come on, guy, keep up.
Yeah,
yeah, that's when we would lose.
I have to explain to people that I met him on a dating site. So, because I did.
Okay, Cupid.
Yeah.
You were my first date.
Yes.
Aww.
I went on the other ones. I went on the other ones, but I'd leave the date and call Kimberly. I'd hurry up to get to the date so I could call Kimberly to tell her about the date I went on.
Yeah.
Well, see, isn't that interesting? Because this is interesting. Nick and I kind of got our relationship started. I was giving him relationship advice, or like he would talk about girls, and I'd be like, "Okay, let's talk about this girl. Let's talk about the situation. What happened?"
Well,
and
yeah,
then halfway through the middle of it, I'd be like, why can't this girl be you? Every time, why can't it just be you?
Well, one thing I like about the distinction between your relationship and ours is ours represents a naturally occurring socionics matching of duels who don't know each other when they first meet. And so we're experiencing the growing pains of just sort of getting to know each other as human beings and stuff, whereas you guys knew each other pretty well as friends, or as brewing coffee, you'd call it. You knew each other as brewing coffee for quite a while before you actually had a cup of coffee. In fact, you still haven't actually had any coffee. You've just committed to drink coffee for the rest of your lives together. Non-officially, unofficially, okay? That's penciled in. But I know, you know,
right.
We all know.
It's pretty official. Like,
yeah,
I've told her many times I'm going to be with her forever, and she believes me.
Yeah, exactly. We are convinced, and they believe us. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They're not convinced, though.
I'm so convinced.
I'm super convinced. I couldn't be any more convinced of anything in the history of my life. I've never been more convinced of anything.
No, nor do I know what I want more than anything else in my entire life, ever.
I tell you what else I'm pretty convinced of. Turning Talking with Famous People into a duality putting together system is... It's a mission of sorts. I feel morally obligated to try to nudge it that direction to the extent that I can do that without actually having to do anything. Because I don't know how to do this stuff. Well, I don't know how to do the actual stuff. Like, I want there to be a Talking with Famous People Facebook where people have their own page, just like that kind of a thing, like a MySpacey thing. But it's specifically it has like quick drops for any video you're in or anything related to Talking with Famous People. It doesn't really allow you to put a lot of shit that's not very Talking with Famous People. That's what I want. Because then you have a dating site. Then you got a fucking dating site. Check me out in social interaction in this video. You put up highlights of yourself in video conversations. People can get to know you before you can put up like, I'm usually in the rooms around this time. Whatever, you know. It's a way for people to have a dating profile, a dating site that has actual videos of them naturally interacting with people so that other people can watch them and say, do I want to be with that person? How great is that?
Yeah, also, and then when you do go on a date with a total turd, you can go back in and say, you know what? He's a turd.
You mean, are you suggesting that you were not completely satisfied with our first date?
Not completely.
Are you suggesting that my outrage that you are not sleeping with me on the first date was somehow inappropriate?
It was so inappropriate.
I believe Jewel scolded the shit out of me, if I remember correctly.
I probably did.
Jewel and I had equally the same things to say, nearly entirely.
Well, I mean, it worked out fine.
Right?
Did I was so surprised. Nick and I have talked about this. I was very happy for you. I was also very surprised, but in the best way possible.
Yeah, well,
I was so like Kimberly. I think you requested. Did you request Jewel and I or Susie and I or like?
It was
Susie.
it was you and Susie.
Okay.
other people.
And I didn't help that much.
It wasn't like for whatever reason, I think there was a conversation that went on, and you and Susie were in the conversation, and you and Susie were talking the most and giving the most
Flack.
well, you were talking about it and kind of giving me, I don't know, I pulled you and I pulled her, and it was just something that happened. And so I don't know why.
When one attains true mastery of the broom, one meta sweeps. That's what I did. I didn't just sweep my ass off. I meta swept, and so Nick and Susie swept for me.
And
Yeah.
It's interesting, though. It's interesting what you brought up earlier about the difference between, because Nick and I talk about, we often do compare your relationship with like what we're going through and ours in a way. And it's interesting to see the differences, like you said, between a dual couple that met and started dating and forming that relationship, and then Nick and I, who have known each other over some time, and it has kind of developed, started on a friendship level.
And also
because I think our challenges will come later. Like, you guys are kind of getting everything out of the way right off the bat, and then I feel like with Nick and I, with the physical distance, it's like everything is perfectly smooth right now. Maybe once, it's like, I don't know, once we're physically, like, is there stuff we're going to have to, like, figure out?
I just think it's so fortunate that Nick has a 2,000-mile long penis. Because otherwise you guys wouldn't be able to get together at all.
All right.
No, but this I want to talk about this because we were talking about this just a couple hours ago, where you were saying that, you can't wait till you guys get together and start moving along in the relationship. But that's what I was saying to you. We have our own things that we're there's still things we're working out, kinks, even though we're together. Totally. So just because we're just lucky that we have each other to get through it, because
I'll read something that I saw if I copy and pasted it, which is from a sociologics thing, which explains things really quite well. But like, this is eight conditions that ILE and SEI should meet if they want their dual relationship to work. This is translated from Russian. I've kind of fixed some of the machine translation, some of it I haven't fixed yet. But anyway, it says this. Number 1, ILE, the ENTP should not criticize the taste or decorations of the SEI. So in other words, don't tell Jewel that you don't think she has good taste in clothing, and or that her nesting processes are aesthetically unattractive. You can tell her that they're inefficient, but not.
That's so far away from anything I would ever resonate with.
He already follows me on Pinterest, so he knows what my...
Yeah.
And don't tell her that it reminds you of your ex-girlfriend.
I don't. I tell you, it reminds me of my ex-wife.
Or ex-wife.
That's a big difference.
Don't do that either. Don't do that either.
No.
That's what I meant.
Okay, I'm sorry. I made mistakes. Number 2, to distribute duties, it is better so that the ILE, namely the ENTP, deals with the economics subjects, and the SEI deals with communications. Obviously, Nick and I are both communications-heavy ENTPs. We communicate the shit out of everything. But I think what they're saying there is, I've delegated communications to Kimberly in terms of dealing with people from my debate business because all I tend to do is piss them off. So she talks to parents and it goes much better. Number 3, it is necessary to learn to cover weak places of each other. ILE should show foresight and incur maintenance of the family and finances and stuff like that, whereas SEI needs to adjust initiative during the critical moments. So in other words, to smooth out the ENTP during critical moments, and also to smooth and eliminate the ENTP's ethical misses. Number 4, it is necessary to consider some sexual features. As SEI introvert, the initiative is better for showing ILE. The ILE has difficulty orienting himself to the depths of his feelings in this area. The SEI must engage the ILE so he has no doubt of her mutual love. It is necessary, if this dual pair is to attain happiness, that the SEI adjusts skillfully the mood of the ILE. In this pair, the introverted censor, even if it is the woman, should take initiative and show her temper. The wool gathering of the ILE is subject to thin sensations, but must know the emotional investment of his partner and have that investment provide clear direction. So I think those 4 things are saying if you're going to have a successful ENTP ISFJ relationship, that we need to respect their aesthetics and they need to respect our ideas, that we should be handling the financials and they should be handling the smoothing things over with everybody, that we should handle the parts of SI that ISFJ is actually bad at, which is certain kinds of planning for long-term maintenance, and that they need to do the same sort of thing with our moods, basically adjust our moods so that we don't make mistakes. And then lastly, that the ENTP has difficult orienting himself sexually because of his depth of feelings for the person, which is something I totally identify with. It's like, I don't know how to do this when it's a love thing. I know how to do this when it's a bend over slut thing, but, that's a little different. The SEI must engage the ILE so that he has no doubt of mutual love. Oh, yeah. Right. The wool gathering of the ILE is subject to thin sensations, but must know the emotional investment of his partner. Yeah, what that part means is, I think wool gathering is a word that it translates from being in your head too much, and from Russian, I think. And it's saying, I don't know what the thin sensations thing was supposed to be, but the gist of it is, we don't like to have to make decisions about that stuff, really, basically. We want to know what the right course of action is, and we don't really have, we don't want to have to we don't have to spend mental and psychic energy on it. We just want it to be happy and good and be doing a good job and everything be great.
That's about the only thing I resonate with all that. It's like, personally, I think Jewel and I do all that stuff,
metaphysically,
instinctually. Yeah, well, it's just inherent.
But this is what I can do. You see, I can squeeze your boob, and you can't do that. I have a big advantage over you in that regard. Nick looks so sad. You look so sad. Ooh la la. Ooh, that's sexy. Ooh.
Oh, poor Nick. Aww.
It's kind of sick.
Aww.
Anyway, so
I want to touch my woman too.
Okay, well, you'll get to soon enough. And the great thing is, you realize after a while you're together and you go, okay, this really is this easy and safe. It really is like, I find it. Well, I read another thing about the dual relationship that said you cannot sustain your complexes, your insecurity complexes, your inferiority complexes, the things that you feel that need to be defensive about. You can no longer feel defensive about them because you look at the other person and you go, well, I mean, it's like, well, here we are. Maybe in a different relationship, if I do something stupid and drop something on my toe and Kimberly's like, here, and laughs at me, I'll be like, why are you laughing at me? Blah, blah. She laughs at me at times when normally I'd get all, But like when I'm experiencing frustration and then I run into the wall and fall over, instead of being like, "Are you okay, honey?" she'll laugh at me. But I don't care because I get it. It's like you're laughing at yourself doing that thing because, and the fact that it's like, oh, you do that too. I fail at TE too. I fail at it all the time. and so and she laughs at me, I've already laughed at her like 5 times for failing at TE. I did the most ridiculous thing in the world the other day in the bedroom. Like, she's like, well, people can see through if the lights are on. I hung up like 2 sweaters, like the most half-assed fucking like pirate, like 4-year-old retarded pirates going putting fucking shit on the wall. And then I was like, there.
Well, it's because you had like the brightest light on in the bedroom.
And she's like, she's like, that's great TE.
People are going to see what is going on in this bedroom.
But it was...
So he hangs up a robe, a little short robe, in the middle of the... He was like, I said, what did I say?
He said, that's some good TE.
I said, that's some great TE. Right
yeah, and this is the first time she had made a jargony joke like that. I never heard her use a jargon before.
Oh my gosh, it was ridiculous.
I'm like, oh, that's okay. But anyway, the thing
that's the stuff I want already. Oh, that's the stuff I want.
You need to be in the... well, this is the thing. As a censor, you need the connection to your own physical environment and your own body and your own shit that's like that. Nick and I, we are metaphysically already married and 90 years old. We've got great-grandchildren.
He does.
You think you're married already?
Nick's mine. I'm his wife already.
Yeah, well, she's my wife too. She's the archpastor's wife. And the niceness coordinator.
It's so true.
He even made a the other night when he was talking. It was so funny.
He made a what?
Referred to our marriage.
Wait, say it again. I missed that, Jewel.
Oh, I said he even made a slip the other night. We were talking, and he referred to our marriage, like when he was talking.
I'm just going to start doing that. Look, it's called making the reality you will. Honey, wife?
Yeah.
Darling wife? My precious angelic darling wife? Listen. After our nuptials party tonight, I think we should go down to the county clerk and look at our marriage license. If you just say something like that, eventually they become convinced they are married to you.
Well, and I made her a new login for her phone to download apps and stuff. And you get in there, and it's Jewel Sharon.
Jewel Sharon already, yeah.
Yeah.
It was very sweet because he did all the work for me. He just did it, and I just had to log in. So.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? I am shocked and appalled at your refusal to change your name. Nick, you won. You beat me. I couldn't get her to do that.
Hold on. Jewel, are you going to change your last name?
What do you mean?
Have this conversation, Eric.
Yeah, let's have this conversation and then record it in the video that's going to go. Fine.
Okay, well, look, I told Kimberly
I already see it.
But here's the thing. I like Kimberly's last name, but it's her ex-husband's last name, but I like it anyway because it's Lee. I like Kimberly Lee. You know, Kimberly... I
think the thing is, I would probably hyphenate. Is what I think because I have 2 boys, so I want to share it. I want their name to also be mine, but I also, if I'm getting married, would like to have it. So I think hyphenation is the best way.
And my ex-wife still has my name for that reason because she's Delilah's mother.
Right.
And so I don't really actually have a strong opinion about it. I like Kimberly Moonlee fine. If you want to keep that name, it's fine. I don't give a fuck. As long as I get to keep the soul and the body and the person for my whole life, you can call her Alfred B. Fucking Pants. I don't care. So anyway, for all of those people who are watching this video and are vomiting, I don't blame you. I don't blame you for the vomit. I would have been joining in with you vomiting prior to this relationship. May I just say, change that vomiting from one of disgust to one of excitement.
My brother.
Yes.
He's yeah, I figured it out. I'm being quiet. Yeah.
Let's all kiss.
Yeah.
Who's talking to you?
Have her kiss on this computer screen and him kiss on his screen and me and you kiss on our screen. No, not like that. Not like that.
Like that? Like
Come on,
this?
Jewel, play along. We're all kissing.
Okay, I can.
You can't.
Oh,
You have to push your faces together.
Yeah. Push your faces
I don't know
together.
what.
Push your faces together so it looks like you're kissing.
And then
No, other side, Nick.
Kimberly, just kiss me.
Okay, look,
You're
see,
coordinating
look.
the nice
Other side, Jewel.
You know what this is doing? This is just
So
making
complicated.
Making them vomit even more.
Listen,
Yeah,
as far as
it's
the
making
vomiting goes,
sick.
I want to comment on the vomiting before we go. For those of you who are currently vomiting in disgust, it is a totally appropriate and natural reaction. You are healthy. Your body is doing what it's supposed to do in the sight of such a despicable moisture. But I got some good news. You can change that vomiting from vomiting of disgust to vomiting of joy to vomiting of fulfillment to vomiting of happiness. And that's what a duality relationship it is. It's like a non-stop projectile stream of happiness vomit.
It's the most. It's. Yeah, there's so much. And Nick and I feel, are more FE. Like, we're just in general. And so between the two of us, it's so bad. I'm so glad no one's around to, like, witness it.
Although I do screenshot.
He screenshotted a very sweet text I sent him and showed it to his family.
Are you
Very
guys super
sweet.
polite to each other?
We're super considerate, yeah, to each other. Very. I think. Don't you think, Nick?
Yeah.
One of the
Yeah.
first things we said to each other when we talked on the phone for the first time was, I think I said, aren't we polite to each other?
No, you said you said we are so polite to each other. I like it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. We are.
And then I'm
Well,
like, what do you mean you won't have sex with me?
Well,
That
I
was
put
wrong.
Jules' feelings and wants and needs before mine. I'd rather her be happy than me, but it so happens because with her being happy, I'm happy. But it just so happens we want the same thing. Like, and this goes beyond dual relationships. Like when I told her that you guys went, like you're talking about hiking and you went fishing, and I told you that Jewel would hate that and so would I. She just immediately said, "Yeah, oh yeah." So it's the particular flavor of the duality, I think, as well. And neither of us
Yeah.
want pet.
Well, we're
Yeah, we
both
don't want
quitting our
pets.
jobs to become professional fishermen.
Only I
But I think
had
that's
a
what it
penis.
is too, because I've heard people make comments, like the ridiculous idea that you just find whoever's your dual, like just any random, like ISFJ,
Yeah,
any random ENTP, and like it's some kind of silly, stupid thing, and that's not. I mean, I was in Talking with Famous People for so long, the community, and Nick's the only one that I connected to that way, so it wasn't just like.
Look at him.
There's
It's a
more to it.
demographic. It's a demographic thing and a life compatibility thing. The slabs have something to do with it. It's NI too. You got to be duals, and it's got to be NI approved. This is super NI approved, right? Because we're both born in 1971 with the same reference points for cultural shit. We both have kids the same age approximately. Her life just opened up to provide room enough for us to play
House.
play house 24 hours a day. We play all the time. It can't really work some now. I'm currently on this sort of break before summer school starts, and I'm not working hardly at all. I mean, I'm doing a lot of work around here, getting this place ready and shit like that. But she works some of the time at home in her home studio here, and when she's gone to Sprouts, it's like a dark void has filled my life. It's like
I have to talk to Jewel like at least every other hour. I have to at least
We
text
talk
her.
all day. I told him today I was having withdrawals because he was busy today with like interviews and meetings and stuff. And
That was so sweet, by the way.
I was
Isn't it
like,
nice
I don't
when
know
they
what's
say nice
happening.
things?
It's kind of sad.
Nick, listen, I want these two to talk to each other just for their own sake. I'm gonna not even record it, but I also want to talk to you separately on the phone just about like kind of practical matters, like logistics a little bit, like when you're coming out here, whether we can actually start looking at a place to go eat or something, and or whatever other logistics.
We got
Also
this
about
stuff on the 10th.
what
10th.
10th. Okay, well, let me stop this video. Thanks for
But
watching. This
that's
is
not,
the story.
we might not be able to do anything because
I
we're
know.
gonna be
Let
perfect.
me stop this video. So anyway, this has been the Jewel and Nick story, which mostly was about Jewel and Nick, and a lot about Eric and Kimberly too, because Eric tends to talk about that. So
and fuck the haters on talking with famous people. Fuck y'all.
Don't
y'all can suck my dick.
fuck you haters. Listen, come experience the good kind of vomiting. That's all I'm saying. It's only sickening until you taste its sweet, sweet moisture, and then you go, "Oh, you mean it's like that Steve Martin skit. He dies, he goes to heaven. It's just like the pictures. There's clouds, there's pearly gates, and he goes, "You gotta be shitting me." They told me
Okay,
all
take
that
that part
stuff.
out where I just.
They told me
I
all
know
that stuff
you
was
were
bullshit
gonna-
in college. Well, it's the same thing with duality. No, you mean those like heart-covered cards when you're seeing in Valentine's Day when you're a kid? They're references.
What were you gonna say, Jewel?
Real?
Well, no, I was just gonna say I know you're ending the video and everything, but you had brought up something like in one of the previous, like when you were trying to record it and sound wasn't working, about like about relationships and about how people try so hard to make something work that just inherently is broken and it makes people miserable. And so, and that's something Nick and I have talked about, is like being in past relationships, you shut down like different parts of yourself to accommodate the other person. And because that's what you're supposed to, you're supposed to make things work. You're supposed to try really hard, and you're supposed to all of that, and all these things that we're taught relationships are supposed to be. And it's true. Like, that's not what Nick and I have. It's so different. And
if you think you should go to a marriage counselor to work on your marriage, random person who's watching this video, leave that relationship right away. It's a waste of time. If you have to work on it, you shouldn't be in it. If it's right, it's so abundantly obvious you couldn't pry you apart from your significant other with a fucking crowbar. And anything short of that is doing yourself a disservice. I'm sorry, it took me until I was 46 years old to figure that out.
Yeah.
Now I know, and we have problems and whatever, little problems erupt or whatever. I love it. I love having problems with her because it's fun having a problem. It's that it solves so easy that it's fun having a problem.
Well, and the thing too is, I feel like with Nick, it's your level of communication, and so it's like it's almost like even if there is something that's an issue, the communication part's so easy that you're gonna figure it out. It's not one of those things that's gonna be hanging over the relationship like forever and ever and like resurfacing, and if that makes sense.
That's the difference with them and us.
Well, you had to learn that I actually do change. See,
Yeah.
from the very beginning, she said,
you all don't have that?
well, she's learning this process, that what an ENTP is like. She's spending a life surrounded by sensors. A life surrounded by
I guess
sensors.
that might be different.
And
Jewel and I...
Listen, hold on. I want to make this clear.
There's no learning.
Here's the risk with the SI. If they're new to you,
Yeah.
every action you take gets generalized out into a rule. Oh, well, you're like this, Eric. Remember, you did X. I'm like, yeah, I made that mistake so that I would learn from it and not do that again. Because I'm a trial and error kind of guy. Trial and error works best later on in the process. You make most of your errors at the top end, and you make fewer errors as you go on. So the trial and error methodology for dealing with shit in life in general, it leads to some bad starts. And the problem I've been fighting since day one is ISFJ wants to make every event into an epistemological rule. So, it's like, no, I'm not like that. I just was trying that thing there because I didn't know what to do. That's why I said that to you. And not I'm a rude asshole. I thought I just fucked up. I'm sorry. Now I know I won't say that anymore.
Yeah.
That's not... Maybe we just haven't gone enough places or something together. But that's not something I've experienced with her.
Well, you guys know each other, and she's been hanging out with intuitives for a long ass time now. She knows what intuitives are like. She's used to operating in this meaning-laden world. Kimberly is not used to operating in a meaning-laden world.
And I guess I have you to thank for that, because you've acted out in ways that I normally don't do that make me acting out look a little bit better than you in certain respects.
Oh, that's such a fucking backhanded insult. I can't even believe it.
It was a genuine thank you.
Though, Nick. I love it. Thank you.
Also,
I appreciate you crediting me for anything. I don't care. I don't take any credit, but I appreciate it.
But also, she said, through listening to ENTPs in the room, I've learned to not judge people and things as quickly.
Well, it's the what I've learned and what's really helped me, and I think it helps with Nick, is that something that I feel is like a potential catastrophe, or something that I feel like this is a problem, this is a big deal, like, why would you say that? Why would you do that? And then, like I said, it like ENTPs just work it out, and it's like, fine, like, I kind of learned not to sweat. I guess not to sweat the small stuff if I'm gonna throw out like a cliche or something. But
it is such a good.
I had known her less than a week before I started shit with one of her relatives. I was like, you will not talk to Kimberly like that, basically. And the relative flew off the handle, and Kimberly was like, oh. And I was like, it's going to play out fine. And it did. It played out perfectly. According to Kimberly, the relative got in trouble. I don't know what that means, but...
But that's what I'm saying. Like, my inherent nature is to do that. Like, oh, no. Like, that's it. But then over time, it's like, okay, I understand. Like, I don't...
You have the ability to learn to trust. That's the crazy thing, because ESFJs don't have that ability to learn to trust the process orientation, improvisational nature of ENTPs. I know it's a mess right now. It's in progress. It's a very frustrating answer to get from an ENTP over and over again, because usually you go, okay, fine, you've had enough time, that's it. Oh, wait, you're done, is perfect? Oh, shit. That happens all the time with ENTPs. It's like, this is what you have to show me right now, Eric? Relax, it's in process. And they go, and then when they go, now that's it, and you go, there, motherfucker. And they go, oh, this is exactly right.
Joel, I will never say there, motherfucker, to you. I'm so delicate with Joel. She's so soft.
He's like the gentlest I know.
You are too. I don't know why you called me motherfucker.
No, I wasn't saying that to you. I was saying this happened. You guys missed the fucking transition sentence where I said,
I'm sorry.
You were talking about, like, yeah.
I wasn't talking about her. I would never say that to her.
I'm sure he's gentle with you too, Kimberly.
I just say, anything and everything for Kimberly is my motto. I say it to her every day. Of course, anything and everything for Kimberly. Of course. What, you want me to buy a boat and sail to Australia and within the next 18 months? Okay, let me make a plan.
Yeah.
I get seasick,
Nick told me he would kayak. What were you going to do? You were going to kayak to me, Nick? What was it?
I was going to jump my boat in the nearest. This was the first conversation we had about it, I think. Like, I would go to the nearest body of water and kayak out to you until I get there, and I'll have to figure shit out along the way, but it'd be worth it to fucking do it.
He was going to have to rely on the kindness of locals wherever he went for food and shelter,
He arrives.
I'd
it's
be
2019.
Not looking good.
He shows up. He's all tan. He's got a big bunch of bananas with him. Hi, Jewel. We're still on, right? She's like, everybody thought you died at sea, Nick. I married not host Mark.
No, I told her it doesn't even matter if she decides against this. I would totally come there and make it happen. Like, it's already, there's no.
See, that,
even if she.
You guys haven't been together in the same room, but anyway.
Oh, I know. I think she's being awfully. She's how much she is operating out of her norm as far as like how the stuff goes is like, it means a ton to me.
She's
But I know
asked to rely on NI and FI as deciding factors because she can't really be relying on. I mean, she's NE seeking, so but that's because she can't come up with ideas like, I know, let's put this crazy notion into action based on her nature. It has to be strong NI and FI that's moving you. Jewel, would you accurately describe that?
She's a super
asked Jewel,
ISFJ.
Nick. Are you Jewel?
Somewhat.
You're Jick and Newell, we've decided. Go ahead.
Somewhat. I don't understand NI honestly enough to say how that's even factoring into this, to be totally honest. As far as FI goes, I am certain of how I feel. I'm certain. Well, this is what it is. Based off our conversation, our communication style, the way he treats me, like he's the most helpful. Like it's like I can't even accurately describe like how wonderful he is to me, and all of those things together. Like I just know. There's just like a knowing, and
Do you think he's gonna cling to you like this?
And his confidence in it is very reassuring for me also, because he's so 100% in, you know. And now you guys are making us jealous.
And he won't change about that at all.
And I feel, and I honestly, and I believe that. Yeah,
I'm vouching for him on this. I'm vouching for him on the grounds of me believing in Nick as a human being, but also on the grounds that he is at your mercy entirely. That's the thing about the duality, is you're each at each other's mercy, and you trust each other not to ever abuse that, because it's a weird kind of ultra caring about the other person, which is very unfamiliar to me.
I told her early on that she has my heart fully, and that I trust her with it, and be like, because it's a very, very gentle, like it's a sensitive thing.
Yeah, well.
And then she said afterwards, that makes me want me to tell you that I love you. I was like,
you mean showing your vulnerability made her love you even more?
I'm super vulnerable to her.
I think I'm more vulnerable with Nick than anyone else. Yeah.
Well, and
are we ready to end this video? We need to end this video. This video is over long. We're just sort of basking in FE goodness or whatever. FE goo.
Okay,
Let's get some FE on each other. You know what, guys? I really like you guys. You guys are really good friends. And I want to know the viewers out there. You viewers, you're members of this close-knit friendship circle too. I am your very good friend. And
we plan on documenting I forgot this is recorded. Everybody,
I want lastly to say that Kimberly and I think I speak for Jewel and Nick as well, we absolutely love you. We do. We absolutely love you. Okay? So keep that in mind as you're going to sleep tonight. Dream of duels. Dream of your duel, friends. Dream of your duel. Thanks
you're a certain watching. Type of duel.
Well, there's only one type. There's only one type of duel, Nick. Gosh, you're getting flies all up in my ointment.